Hi everyone, in this video I will show you some lines of the Sang-Ren-sei, which is this formation for black. Black plays in the 4-4 point, 4-4 point and the center point, so he grabs all three start points. White for simplicity plays the 4-4 stones, but it may change, of course. As I told you in the video I posted before, this is not the modern approach to Fuseki, but it's worth knowing this kind of lines to have some ideas for the opening. Of course, white can play like this. This is a simple move, and white tries to keep the game as simple as possible. Probably black would play here, white responds, black approach, and so on, and so on, and so on. Double wing formation for both players, almost. And very simple territorial play. Sang-Ren-sei is an influence-oriented opening, but in some case it can become a territorial opening if a white player is not able to invade this kind of shapes. Okay, this is the simplest one and the less interesting. A little more interesting is this approach. This may be an answer. As I told you, Sang-Ren-sei emphasize influence, so black doesn't want to close as that much territory. So white may try this move. This is a 3-3 invasion, and the game usually continues like this. As I told you before, this is a Moyo-oriented opening, an influence and Moyo-oriented opening. Black cannot think to convert all this potential territory into real territory, but at least it tries to do. And for white, it may be a little not easy to play inside this position. So this is a Fuseki move. Black kick, white extend, black protects, and white make not an ideal situation, ideal extension, but the situation calls for it. This is not a great move, since there is this move and it threatens to invade like this. This is more stable. Black, of course, makes our iron pillar to close off the territory, and white tries to reduce black cover, and this is the final position of the variation. As you may see, almost this territory and this territory and balance this territory, and white succeed to make a stable group inside black position, and of course the game is still open. This is considered an even result. In this position, white can play a double approach like this, which is a little more solid. Black answer like this. There are many variations, but of course this is one of the most played. And now white can fearlessly hane like this. This is not the same position as the Tsukenobi, because white has this stone in place. Of course, black extends, white invades, and now two variations. If black cover like this, white will take this side, and if black closes like this, white is satisfied with corner territory. This potential, the potential given for, by this stone so has Somaji, and this open edge. So this is completely satisfying for white. As I told you before, this was the second approach. When white approaches like this, there is also this pincer. This is very severe, because if white plays not accordingly to theory, may find himself a little behind in development. Of course, any computer will tell you that this is the best move, and even if black plays like this, white can try this and or even this to let black have some potential in this position, but white, having sente, may try another approach, and then this position, the same position as before, and then white tries to invade black position. I will discuss this in another video because it's an interesting point. Okay, but still in this position it's better off for white to play like this. This is the perfect move when you have a 4/4 stone in the opposite corner. Black extend and white attacks the pincer stone. This is a well-known Fuseki, and in this position white is completely satisfied because white may have the same influence as black try to find in the opening. This is not territory, it is easy invadable, and if black is not that good player, you may also invade 3 points and so on. So this position is very comfortable to play with white. Of course, it's not the end of the story because black has his own weapons, but it's still satisfying for white. In this position, black may try the Tsukenobi. We know that this is the best option to make black to get black off balance, because this is not well-known move, and we know that if white plays like this, there is some risk that white find himself in this position, something like this or like this. It doesn't change. Computers suggest this, but in this position the corner we know is very big. Okay, that's not easy for black to keep this territory, but it's not easy for white to play this position. Okay, there may be some invasions or something, but the black influence can be valuable. So play this move only if with white you're comfortable to play against a very good influence by your opponent. Of course, white can play like this, and then this is the variation. White succeeded into invading this position, so black cannot may not know what to do, and the position is very pleasant for white. In this position there is also this move. This is the simplest one, and now we can find the AlphaGo teach sequence. AlphaGo thinks that this is the correct move. White again responds, and white calmly take the corner. And this is a completely satisfying position because this is a nice wall, more or less. It's not really a wall because it has some defects here, but this territory may be very huge, but white also has some influence here, threatens to close a second corner, and this stones hinders the development of black. So these are some variation for white and for black. Let's take a look at them and keep them as something to think about. See you next time.